Good morning. Here's the news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State government vows to go tough on buildings without planning permits after amnesty window closes. President Tinubu set to declare African Counterterrorism Summit open in Abuja. On the foreign scene, authorities evacuate thousands of people from massive floods in China. And in sports, Nigeria Football Federation mandates pre-camp magnetic resonance imaging tests for Golden Eaglets ahead WAFU Zone B title defense. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. The Lagos State government has vowed to go tough on buildings without planning permits after the expiration of the current amnesty window, open to further ease the process. Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, who made this known, enjoined owners of all existing buildings without planning permits in the state to take advantage of the amnesty initiative of the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to regularize their buildings to comply with extant physical planning laws and avoid embarrassment. He reiterated that the 90-day amnesty program started from 2nd May to 30th July 2024, providing reliefs in the form of a waiver on penalties that usually go with cordoning off a building without approval and a 5% discount on payments completed within 10 working days during the amnesty period. The Lagos State government will commence the year 2024 promotion exercise for officers on grade level 1 to 16 for officers in all parastatals as well as officers on grade level 1 to 5 at the mainstream civil service under the revised structured training program. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Establishments and Training, Olubusola Abidakun, said the promotion exercise will commence on Monday, 29th April 2024 and end on Wednesday, 9th May 2024. Abidakun said the exercise will be held simultaneously at the Public Service Staff Development Center, Magodo, and the Women Development Center, Agege, Lagos. She explained that there would be a daily training session for officers on grade level 7 to 16, which will run from Monday to Friday except on Wednesday at the PSSDC, Magodo. The Permanent Secretary urged eligible officers to obtain their revised structured training identification slips from the Director of Administration and Human Resources of their ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, adding that it is a prerequisite for registration for the program. The presidency says all is now set for the rollout of 5,500 CNG vehicles as well as 20,000 CNG conversion kits, all in the first set of critical assets for the launch of the compressed natural gas initiative of President Bola Tinubu. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, who announced this via a statement, explained that the necessary tax and duty waivers approved by President Tinubu in December 2023, the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative Committee, PCNGI, is partnering with the private sector to deliver the promise on the initiative. He also explained that the committee is equally ready to spur the development of CNG refilling stations and electric charging stations across the country. Ononuga said the committee, led by an oil and gas expert, Michael Oluwagbemi, has delivered some major foundational reforms to enable the CNG and electric vehicles deliver on the President's promise. According to Ononuga, the private sector has responded with over $50 million in actual investments in refueling stations, conversion centers, and mother stations. It's a recall that President Bola Tinubu launched the Presidential CNG initiative in October last year to deliver cheaper, safer, and more climate-friendly energy. The Kwara State government has ordered the temporary shutdown of the abattoir at Mandate Market, Ilori, in Ilori West local government area following the alleged sale of poisonous cow meat. The government, in a statement by the Ministry of Environment, also ordered the immediate general cleaning and fumigation of the abattoir so as to cleanse it of the suspected meat poisoning. The statement signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Abubakar Ayinla, said the abattoir would remain shut till Wednesday. Ayinla said the decision was part of the efforts to protect members of the public after a non-governmental organization, Kwara Monitoring Group, raised the alarm that meat from 33 cows, which allegedly died of poisoning, had found its way to the market for sale to members of the public. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu will today declare open the African Counterterrorism Summit in Abuja. The event, with the theme Strengthening Regional Cooperation and Institution Building to Address the Evolving Threat of Terrorism, is organized by Nigeria with support from the United Nations Office of Counterterrorism and will hold from April 22 to April 23, 2024. The presidency announced that the summit aims to enhance multilateral counterterrorism cooperation. It also seeks to reshape the international community's collective response to terrorism in Africa. The summit will bring together participants from across Africa, including heads of state, government officials, representatives of international organizations, multilateral institutions, members of the diplomatic corps, and civil society groups. And the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has given a strong indication that it will press for the inclusion of a clause which would prescribe sanctions for governors and local government administrators who fail to implement the new minimum wage. The National Treasurer of the NLC, Hakeem Ambali, said the refusal of state governors to pay the current minimum wage is a result of a lack of punitive measures in the Minimum Wage Act of 2019. Ambali said the 37-member committee set up by the federal government would meet this week to debate reports submitted by various subcommittees from the 6 zones of the country. It's a recall that President Bola Tinubu, through his Vice President, Kashim Shettima, had on January 30, 2024, inaugurated the 37-member panel on the new minimum wage. The panel, with its membership cutting across federal and state governments, the private sector, and organized labor, is to recommend a new national minimum wage for the country. Today is International Mother Earth Day. The day is an annual event on April 22 to demonstrate support for environmental protection. The theme for this year is Planet versus Plastics, which is clearly urging a call to action on oceans filled with plastic, which turns more acidic, extreme heat, wildfires, and floods that have affected millions of people. According to the United Nations, climate change, man-made changes to nature, as well as crimes that disrupt biodiversity, such as deforestation, land use change, intensified agriculture and livestock production, or the growing illegal wildlife trade, can accelerate the speed of destruction of the planet. It also said restoring the damaged ecosystem will help to end poverty, combat climate change, and prevent mass extinction, urging everyone to play their part. Now to foreign news. Authorities have evacuated nearly 60,000 people from their homes in Guangdong as days of heavy rain caused massive flooding in China's most populous province. 11 people have gone missing, while no casualties have been reported so far. Footage on some state media and online show large swaths of land inundated by the floods and rescuers ferrying people on lifeboats in waist-deep water. Several major rivers have burst their banks, and authorities are closely monitoring dangerously high water levels. Much of Guangdong is part of the low-lying Pearl River Delta, which is prone to floods due to watershed floods, sea level rise, and storm surges. The Delta is a major manufacturing base in China and one of the country's most densely populated regions, with Guangdong alone home to around 127 million people. And our sports, the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, has prioritized pre-camping magnetic resonance imaging MRI scans for all players to ensure only those within the right age bracket represent the country at the under-17 men's national team, the Golden Eaglets. According to the team's media officer, Francis Achi, the football body is leaving no margin for errors in order to avoid extensive decimation of the team due to failed MRI tests, as in the past. Achi said the NFF is assiduously working towards nipping the practice in the bud this term, as players failing the MRI test has been part of the fabric of the team for several years now. Meanwhile, the Golden Eaglets, under the tutelage of Manu Garba, are training daily at the FIFA Goal Project pitch at Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, preparatory to the WAFU Zone B title defense in Ghana from May 15 to 29, 2024. Nigeria is in Group B alongside Burkina Faso, Niger, and Togo, following the draw conducted on Friday, which also pitches host Ghana against Benin Republic and Cote d'Ivoire in Group A. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, please do not drive beyond specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 78 persons and placed 12 under the Talent Development Program, TDP, a student loan program aimed at training young persons in tech skills and placing them in employment? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has vowed to go tough on buildings without planning permits after the expiration of the current amnesty window, open to further ease the process. President Bola Tinubu will today declare open the African Counterterrorism Summit in Abuja. We also told you that authorities have evacuated nearly 60,000 people from their homes in Guangdong as days of heavy rain caused massive flooding in China's most populous province. And in sport, the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, has prioritized pre-camping magnetic resonance imaging MRI scans for all players to ensure only those within the right age bracket represent the country at the under-17 men's national team, the Golden Eaglets. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagun. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.